Welcome back. It is now time for us to get into a wonderful five-chapter set of On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. Awesome novel. Let's get into it, and also let's look at, it's not a TDA per se, it's creative writing prompts. Let's take a look. When it comes to music, people certainly can have their preferences. Write a persuasive essay arguing that your favorite song should be played on the morning and afternoon announcements. Use key lyrics from the song to support your argument. So technically, I guess there's some text there. All right, this is an essay that we're going to write um, over the course of this week, but also just think about some of our favorite music and maybe have a chance to listen to it. Two most important words in that prompt. Ooh, what a nice one. Read the text for the first time and we're going to annotate along the way. For now, we'll just be doing this with chapter one, which is a little bit long, so please make sure you hang in there. All right, not all chapters are as long as chapter one. It's a little timer, so I don't overdo it. Chapter one. I might have to kill somebody tonight. Ooh, what an opening! All right, gotta say, now I'm hooked already. Who? It could be somebody I know. It could be a stranger. It could be somebody who's never battled before. It could be somebody who's a pro at it. It doesn't matter how many punchlines they spit or how nice their flow is. I'll have to kill them. First, I got to get the call. To get the call, I got to get the connotation out of Mrs. Murray's class. Some multiple choice questions take up most of my laptop. But the clock, though, the clock is everything. Oh, cool. I see it all of a sudden. The clock is what? It's everything. According to it, there are 10 minutes until 4:30. And according to Aunt Pooh, who knows somebody, DJ Hype calls between 4:30 and 5:30. I swear if I miss him, I won't do that connotation because Mrs. Murray has my phone, and Mrs. Murray's not one to play with. I only see the top of her sister locks. The rest of her is hidden behind her Nikki Giovanni book. Occasionally she goes, at some line the same way my grandma does during a sermon. Poetry is Mrs. Murray's religion. Everyone else cleared out of Midtown School of the Arts almost an hour ago, except for us juniors, whose parents or guardians signed us up for ACT prep. It's not guaranteed to get you a 36, but Jay said I better get close since she paid these folks a light bill for this. Oh, well, already it seems like music is certainly important to this individual. And we're talking this week about connotation versus denotation, and we're also talking about what's implicit and what's explicit, right? What's implied here that paid the folks light bill, that it was a meaningful money. They didn't have money to throw around, right? That's what's implied. Every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, I drag myself into this classroom and hand my phone over to Mrs. Murray. Usually I'm cool with an entire hour of not knowing what the president tweeted, or getting texts from Sonny and Malik, sometimes about connotation the president tweeted. But today I want to go up to that desk, snatch my phone from the pile, and run out of here. Psst, Brianna, someone whispers. Malik's behind me, and behind him Sonny mouths, anything yet? I tilt my head with a, how am I supposed to know? I don't have my phone, eyebrow raise. Yeah, that's a lot to expect him to get, but me, Sonny, and Malik have been tight since womb days. Our moms are best friends, and the three of them were pregnant with us at the same time. They call us the unholy trinity because they claim we kicked in their bellies whenever they were together. So nonverbal communication, not new. Nonverbal communication, eyebrow tilt of the head, right? Implying information with an eyebrow raise. Sonny shrugs with a, I don't know, I'm just checking, mixed in with a connotation, you ain't got a catching attitude. I narrow my eyes a little at his light skinned hobbit looking behind. He's got the curly hair and the big ears. I don't have an attitude. You asked a dumb question. I turn around. Mrs. Murray eyes us over the top of her book with a little nonverbal communication of her own. I know y'all talking in my class. I know y'all not talking in my class. Technically, we're not talking. But what I look like telling her that, verbally or non-verbally. 427. 3 minutes and that phone will be in my hand. 4:28. What's being implied here about time? 2 minutes, 4:29. 1. Mrs. Murray closes her book. Time's up. Submit your practice test as is. Connotation. The test. For me, as is means not a single question is answered. Thankfully, it's multiple choice since there are 4 choices per question. There's a 25% chance that I'll randomly choose the right one. I click answers while everyone else collects their phones. Everyone except Malik. He towers over me as he slips his jean jacket over his hoodie. In the past 2 years, he went from being shorter than me to so tall he has to bend to hug me. His high top fade makes him even taller. Connotation, Bree, Malik says. Did you find any of the shh? I submit my answers and sling my backpack over my shoulder. I did the test. As long as you're prepared to take an L, Breezy. An L on a practice test isn't really an L. I throw my snapback on, pulling the front down enough so it can cover my edges. They are a little jacked at the moment and will stay jacked until Jay braids my hair. Sonny beats me getting to Mrs. Murray's desk. He goes for my phone like the true ride or die he is, but Mrs. Murray grabs it first. That's okay, Jackson. She uses his real name, which happens to be my last name. His mama named him in honor of my grandparents, her godparents. I need to talk to Brianna for a second. Say, Malik, both look at me. What the connotation did you do? My eyes are probably as wide as theirs. Do I look like I know? Mrs. Murray nods towards the door. You and Malik can go. It'll only take a moment. Sonny turns to me. Your connotation. Wow. A lot going on this page here, right? We've definitely got some spicy language, right? And that goes right with our connotation. Why use a word like that? Probably to communicate emotion, right? To show a connotation, right? And when we see all sorts of language like that, it kind of shows you the different levels of emotions the characters are feeling, right? There it is right up there. And my question is, why so many curse words? Possibly, don't get me wrong, Mrs. Murray is sweet, but she does not play. One time, I half connotationed my way through an essay about Langston Hughes' use of dreams. Mrs. Murray went in on me so bad, I wish Jay would have gone in on me instead. That's saying something. Sonny and Malik leave. Mrs. Murray sits on the edge of the desk and sets my phone beside her. The screen is dim. No call yet. What's going on, Brianna? She asked. I look from her to the phone and back. What do you mean? You were extremely distracted today, she says. You didn't even do your practice test. Yes, I did. Kinda. A little. Sorta. Not really. Nah. I love that journey from yes, I did to nah. But by the way, one is out loud, one is not. Girl, you didn't submit any answers until a minute ago. Honestly, you haven't been focused for a while now. Trust me, when you get your report card next week, you'll see proof. B's don't turn to C's and D's for nothing. Connotation. D's, I gave you what you earned. So what's going on? It's not like you've been missing class lately. Lately. It's been exactly a month since my last suspension, and I haven't even been sent to the principal's office in 2 weeks. That's a new record. Is everything okay at home? Mrs. Murray asked. You sound like Miss Collins. That's the young blonde counselor who's nice but tries too hard. Every single time I get sent to her, she asks questions that sound like they come from some how to talk to statistical black children who come to your office often handbook. How is your home life? None of your business. Whoop. I wonder why uh, that would be such an issue. So I'm putting a question mark there, and it seems like there's a lot there, a lot to chew on, because there may be something going on at home that they might be able to help with, but maybe not. Complicated issue, complicated character and book. Have you witnessed any traumatic events lately, such as shootings? Just because I live in the ghetto doesn't mean I dodge bullets every day. Are you struggling to come to terms with your father's murder? It was 12 years ago. I barely remember it. Him or it. That does seem like it might be a big deal later. I'm wondering that. It seems also like an important part. Are you struggling to come to terms with your mother's addiction? She's been clean for 8 years. She's only addicted to soap operas nowadays. So, using soap operas as a way to say, yeah, addiction is not an issue anymore. What's good with you, homegirl? Nah, I mean, okay, she hasn't said that, but give her time. Oh boy. Mrs. Murray smirks. I'm just trying to figure out what's up with you. So, what's got you so distracted today that you wasted my time and your mama's hard earned money? I sigh. She's not giving me that phone until I talk, so fine, I'll talk. I'm waiting on DJ Hype to tell me I can battle in the ring tonight. The ring? Yeah, Jimmy's boxing ring. He has freestyle battles every Thursday. I submitted my name for a chance to battle tonight. Oh, I know what the ring is. I'm just surprised you're going in it. The way she says "you're" makes my stomach drop, as if it makes more sense that anyone else in the world would go in the ring except for me. Why are you surprised? She puts her hands up. I don't mean anything by it. I know you've got skills. I've read your poetry. I just didn't know you wanted to be a rapper. A lot of people don't know, and that's the problem. I've been rapping since I was 10, but I've never really put myself out there with it. I mean, yeah, Sonny and Malik know, my family knows, but let's be real. Your mom saying you're a good rapper is like your mom saying you're cute when you look a hot mess. Compliments like that are part of parental responsibilities she took on when she evicted me from her womb. Maybe I'm good. I don't know. I've been waiting for the right moment. Tonight may be the perfect time, and the ring is the perfect place. It's one of the most sacred spots in Garden Heights, second only to Christ Temple. You can't call yourself a rapper until you've battled in the ring. Ooh, this seems already like an important part. First, I like this notion of being evicted from the womb and putting a lot on this showdown in the ring. That's why I got to kill it. I win tonight, I'll get a spot in the ring's lineup. And if I get a spot in the lineup, I could do more battles. And if I do more battles, I'll make a name for myself. Who knows what could happen then? Murray's expression softens. Following your dad's footsteps, huh? It's weird. Whenever other people mention him, it's like they're confirming that he's not some imaginary person I only remember bits and pieces of. And when they call him my dad and not Lawless, the underground rap legend, it's like they're reminding me that I'm his and he's mine. I guess I've been preparing for the ring for a minute now. I mean, it's hard to prepare for a battle, but a win could jumpstart my career, you know? Let me get this straight, she says, sitting up. Imaginary alarms go off in my head. Warning, your teacher's about to gather you, boo. You've been so focused on rapping that your grades have dropped drastically this semester. Forget that junior year grades are vital for college admissions. Forget that you once told me you want to get into Markham or Howard. Oop, Mrs. Murray. I'm going to let you guys find a place to put the check mark, which is a part where there's a part of a connotation. What's a word on here that seems especially strong to have a really emotional punch? Please take a moment. All right, good work. No, you think about this for a second. College is your goal, right? I guess. You guess. I shrug. College isn't for everyone, you know? Maybe not. But a high school education? Critical. It's a D now, but that D will turn to an F if you keep this up. I had a similar conversation with your brother once. I try not to roll my eyes. It's nothing against Trey or Mrs. Murray, but when you have an older brother who did great before you, if you don't at least match his greatness, people have something to say. I've never been able to match Trey here at Midtown. They still have the programs and newspaper clippings on display from when he starred in A Raisin in the Sun. I'm surprised they haven't renamed Midtown the Trey Jackson School of the Arts because we love him. We love his connotation that much. Anyway, he once went from A's to C's, Mrs. Murray said, but he turned it around. Now look at him. Graduated from Markham with honors. He also moved back home this summer. He couldn't find a decent job, and as of 3 weeks ago, he makes pizzas for minimum wage. Doesn't give me much to look forward to. I'm not knocking him at all. It's dope that he graduated. Nobody in our mom's family has a college degree, and Grandma, our dad's mom, loves to tell everyone that her grandson was magna cum laude. That is not how you say it, but good luck telling Grandma that. Mrs. Murray won't hear that, though. I'm going to improve my grades, I swear, I tell her. I just got to do this battle first and see what happens. She nods. I understand. I'm sure your mom will too. Please take a moment to annotate this page. Good work. She tosses me my phone. Connotation. I head to the hallway. Sonny and Malik lean against the lockers. Sonny types away on his phone. Malik fiddles with his camera. He's always in filmmaker mode. A few feet away, the school security guards, Long and Tate, keep an eye on them. Those two are always on some mess. Nobody wants to say it, but if you're black or brown, you're more likely to end up on their radar, even though Long himself is black. Malik glances up from his phone. You okay, Bree? Go on now, Long calls. Don't be lollygagging around here. Connotation. Can't we talk for a second, I ask? You heard him, says Tate, thumbing toward the doors. He's got stringy blonde hair. Get out of here. I open my mouth, but Sonny goes, let's just go, Bree. Fine. I follow Sonny and Malik toward the doors and glance at my phone. It's 4:45, and Hype still hasn't called. A city bus ride and a walk home later. Nothing. I get to my house at exactly 5:09. Jay's Jeep Cherokee is in our driveway. Gospel music blares in the house. It's one of those upbeat songs that leads to a praise break at church and Grandma running around the sanctuary shouting. It's embarrassing as connotation. Anyway, Jay only plays those kind of songs on Saturdays when it's cleaning day to make me and Trey get up and help. It's hard to cuss as somebody sings about Jesus, so I get up and clean without a word. Wonder why she's playing that music now. Me too.